responsible channel dedicated to keeping you, the Amish and Mennonite communities, updated and knowledgeable about pressing issues today. This afternoon, we are investigating the Supreme Court's most recent ruling on the Wisconsin v. Yoder case. We will be examining its background and discussing its ramifications for our communities. First, let's take a look at the facts of the case. A Mr. Jonas Yoder, as well as two other parents of the Amish and Mennonite communities in Wisconsin, were convicted by the state for evading compulsory education laws for their children. These rural sects of Christianity believe in self-sufficient communities, leading them to stop formal education from the outside at the age of 14. However, state law requires attendance until the age of 16. Yoder and the parents appealed their convictions, arguing that their community provided sufficient education in alternative ways, and claiming protection by state interference under the First Amendment's Freedom of Religion Clause. Wisconsin argued for its own interest in providing education, regarding it just as important as religion. The case was appealed all the way up to the Supreme Court, who ruled in a 7-0 decision in favor of Yoder. The court cited the First Amendment's Freedom of Religion Clause as well as the Due Process Clause, declaring that 2 years of secondary education were not substantial enough to warrant enforcement of educational laws. The verdict means that states must have reasonable cause for religious interference, and it does not affect traditional or private schooling. I'm here with the lawyer representing the state of Wisconsin. Ms. Lawyer, how do you think the state will continue to provide education for those, even though it is contradictory to their religious beliefs?
Though the verdict predicts to just the Amish, it does not change the relationship between public and private schools and the state's education standards.
What are the benefits to society of the state providing a substantial education for its citizens?
An educated citizen is able to work successfully and efficiently in their community, be an educated voter, and help others along the way.
Thank you, Ms. Lawyer. My questions are the same. Also here with us today is the lawyer representing Mr. Jonas Yoder and the Amish communities. Mr. Lawyer, don't state laws have power over the people?
Yes, state laws have the power over the people in the states. Marjorie Emerson Madison gives the judicial branch the power to call judicial review on any law states, Congress, or the executive produce. Since the court found the law unconstitutional, they have a right to make it illegal.
Interesting. So how does that have to do with this case? Why was it unconstitutional?
This case is technically unconstitutional because of the First Amendment that states the freedom of religion. Although the states have power over the people, that doesn't mean that they can take their rights away. Because it was against the Amish tradition and religion to force 2 more years of school on the children after age of 14, the state law that went against it was deemed unconstitutional.
Interesting to hear. Thank you very much, Mr. Lawyer. In our next segment, Believer on the Boulevard, we will be interviewing members of the community about their thoughts on the verdict. Take it away, me from the future.
Hi, I'm Yoder with the AMISH News Network. Have you heard about the most recent verdict on the court case, Wisconsin v. Yoder? Have you heard about the recent verdict on the court case, Wisconsin v. Yoder?
I love it.
Have you heard of the latest results on the Wisconsin v. Yoder Supreme Court case?
Can't say I have.
Basically, the Amish did not want to go to high school, and the state of Wisconsin said that they had to. How do you feel about that? First synopsis, basically the Amish did not want to go to high school, and the state of Wisconsin said that they did have to. How do you feel about that?
I think that's kind of dangerous. Because, I mean, personally, I don't want to be here, and I'm not Amish.
General synopsis, the state of Wisconsin said that the Amish needed to go to high school, and the Amish did not want to go to high school. How do you feel about that?
If the Amish don't want to go to high school, you're scared.
Thank you very much. That's kind of sad, but valid. Thank you for your time. I think that's very valid. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
It sure is a big day for Amish everywhere. Thanks again to our lawyers, interviewees, and me from the future for breaking down this influential court case of Wisconsin v. Yoder for us. Remember to tune in next week to the AMISH News Network for our special coverage on the latest developments on horse and buggy technology. Have a great week and God bless.